Most of us think we're listening. We're not. We're probably waiting to talk. There's a difference between hearing someone and actually taking in what's being shared, between reacting and understanding what's behind the words. Real listening, the kind that builds trust and unblocks insight, builds something most leaders need more of: empathy. Gaining a deeper awareness of what it's like to stand in the shoes of others. A few years ago, I was working with a director. We'll call him James. He had a reputation for being smart, efficient, and maybe completely impossible to connect with. People on his team would come to him with problems, and he'd jump right into solution mode. Here's what you should do. Try this. Do it that way. Technically, his advice was accurate, but the team kept leaving with these conversations feeling not that good and unheard, frustrated, like they were just problems to be solved themselves rather than people trying to figure something out together. One day, one of his best employees quit. The exit interview reason? Well, I never really felt like James understood what I was dealing with. James was stunned. He thought he was being helpful, but he'd been so focused on fixing things that he'd actually never stopped to listen. And frankly, it was not the skill set he was taught. He was promoted, he thought, to always be right. So he wasn't hearing what was being said: the talent of others, their uncertainty, the need to be seen as a whole person, not just someone to order around. Empathy isn't about being nice. It's about understanding someone else's experience, even when they can't fully articulate it, especially then, in fact. So how do you get better at this? Well, there's 3 practices. First, listen to understand, not to respond. This is way harder than it sounds. When someone's talking, most of us are mentally drafting a reply immediately, thinking about what we'll say next, waiting for a gap so that we can jump in. Try this instead. For the next conversation you have, especially a tough one, make your only goal to fully understand what the other person is saying. Not to fix it, not to agree or disagree, just to understand. Ask questions like, tell me more about that. Or, what's that been like for you? Or even, what am I missing? And then, this is the key, actually wait for the answer. Let there be silence. Let them think. Don't rush to fill the space. You'll be amazed at what people will say if you give them the chance to go a little bit deeper. Watch also for the expression on their face when they feel heard. Empathy is as much about reading between the lines as it is about listening to the words, body language, tone, what someone's not bringing up, the way they hesitate before answering. If someone says, "I'm fine," but their shoulders are up around their ears and they don't really make eye contact, they're probably not fine. You don't have to be a mind reader, but you do need to be willing to notice, and you need to be able to name what you're sensing. Am I picking up something that's going on, or what am I missing? Sometimes naming it can create the opening for a real conversation. If a deeper conversation prevails, you can now build trust by asking clarifying questions. One of the simplest and most powerful tools is this: reflect back what you're hearing in your own words as a question. So what I'm hearing is ... or what it sounds like is ... or even, do I have that right? This does 2 things. 1, it gives them a chance to correct you if you've misunderstood. And 2, it signals that you're genuinely trying to see their perspective and not just waiting for your turn to reply. People don't need you to have all the answers, but they do need to feel gotten. And when you hear someone say, "That's right," then you're on the right track. You now have the richer context to the situation for a potentially better outcome. Here's what I know. The best leaders aren't the ones with all the answers. They're the ones who make people feel heard and help them find their own solutions. When you lead with empathy, when you truly listen, and when you reflect back what you're hearing, when you pay attention to what's underneath the surface, You build something that's rare, trust that lasts. And from that trust, everything else becomes possible. Accountability, innovation, resilience, collaboration, even the hard conversations that need to happen, and the risks that people are willing to take. Empathy isn't soft, it's strategic. It's what allows you to see what others miss, to build relationships that hold up under pressure, to lead in a way that people actually want to follow. This is the work. This is what separates good leaders from great ones. Build the right skills within yourself. Now, go practice.